Good evening and welcome to Playing in the Kitchen with V. And tonight, because I am making supper on Valentine's Day. So tonight we're going to do shrimp linguini. And I'm actually going to do a little bit different. With this recipe, you should actually use large shrimp. I'm a little lazy this evening. And so with the other person that I'm feeding this evening, he has a shellfish allergy. So I'm lazy and I don't want to go through all these shrimp and cut the tails off. I love you. So anyway.
Well, and you know, it ain't just a shellfish allergy. It's only to the shells.
Yes.
Most people that have shellfish allergy, the whole shrimp.
Yeah, the shrimp, but yeah. So tonight I'm actually going to use salad shrimp, and yes, it's already cooked, right out of the freezer. So the reason I'm using that, because actually I've got a pack of breaded shrimp that I'm going to actually throw in, because that's what Scott actually likes. But I will actually throw that in after this dish is done. So anyway, shrimp, I needed shrimp to give the flavor when it sautés in the pan for the linguini. So that's the reason I picked up the plain salad shrimp. So let's go over what we need. I have already pre-measured, put everything in my container, if you can see that. So what I have here is 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I have 4 cloves, FYI. 4 teaspoons is 4 cloves. So if you need to substitute 1 clove with minced garlic, it's 1 for 1. So we have 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. We have a half a cup of, actually I'm using chicken broth. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I also have a 1/4 spoon or a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And I have took dried parsley flakes and added them in. It is calls for a half a cup, but I added 3 tablespoons. And typically you do get a little bit of flavor of the parsley. If it was fresh parsley, you will get a little bit of flavor, but generally I feel like it's for the look of the linguine. So, and I added in a tablespoon of lemon juice. And that is going to be our recipe. Now I have already cooked. You can use linguine, fettuccine, spaghetti. We like angel hair because it's a real thin pasta. So you can use anything you want. FYI, I'm going to tell people this because I don't think a lot of people know this. These little hoes is how you can measure for your pasta. But I think this is for
1 serving.
1 serving, and I think this is maybe, I was thinking 4 servings. But it may be 2. But anyway.
They have a purpose.
They have a purpose, and that's what they're for. So I've already got my pasta sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner on to medium. And so I've put all those ingredients in 1 bowl. I'm going to put this in my saucepan on the stove over medium heat. We're going to actually melt this down. We're going to add in 1 1/2 cups of shrimp once this gets melted down. We'll go ahead and add that in. So once this gets melted down, we will come back and we will actually add in our shrimp. and start adding in also our beef or our chicken broth. And we will actually make the sauce for the linguini, or for this hair, and in this circumstance, angel hair. So we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, so we're back, and our mixture is sautéing, which that's going to help blend all those flavors together, like our crushed pepper and our garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put in the broth. We're going to let that simmer for just about 1 to 2 minutes. Also, don't put metal in a porcelain pan. I'm not digging, but you know, if you were sitting here with, if this was a porcelain pot, and you put a spoon, a metal big spoon in it, you might actually chip something. So, we're going to let that actually...
The dog ate your wood spoons, didn't he?
No, I've got a couple left. Yeah. I always buy extra goodies when I'm out and I find them on a deal. So we're going to let that saute for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my shrimp. See if I'm getting those smells rolling. It is smelling good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and actually add in the shrimp.
That's a cup and a half.
This is probably a little more than a cup and a half, okay. Honestly. I didn't put the whole bag in. But it should be a cup and a half. But also, a cup and a half was large. But that really shouldn't make a difference.
No, it does not. A cup and a half is a cup and a half.
Yeah. Other than those shrimp's not going to fit like these do in a cup and a half. Right, so. So anyway, these will take roughly about 5 minutes, if even that, because they're pretty small. So you're going to let that simmer, and then we will actually add in our pasta. So I'm actually going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and then I will bring you back and get you a little tune before we finish. Alright, so welcome back to Playing in the Kitchen with V. We're going to get you a little tune today. The new Miranda Lambert, If I Was a Cowboy. Worked it up here recently, so I'm going to actually throw that at you. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Blue eyes under my Stetson. A little lady on the front porch wished my heart would start settling. Big iron hips with a holster, I'd be looking mighty fine. My poster, wanted by the law, but the law don't apply to me. If I was a cowboy, I'd be wild and free, rolling around towns like tumbleweeds. I'll be a lesson in loving and leaving, nipping on a whiskey, numbing up my feelings. You thought the West was wild, but you ain't settled up with me. As a cowboy, I'd be the queen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me hold ya. Sugar's got a hairpin trigger, like I told ya. And this stuff really never gets lonesome. I never beg, borrow, but stole some. Wanted by the law, but the laws don't apply to me. Baby, if I was a cowboy, I'd be wild and free, rolling around these towns like tumbleweeds. was a cowboy, I'd be the queen. I'd be the queen. So mamas, if your daughters grow up to be cowboys, so what? All right, so also the band of the day, of course, is mine. Me and Scott's band, because I honestly didn't get a chance to get out and find any t-shirts or get any more donated. But anyway, hopefully you guys checked out Whiskey Ridge last week on my video. So we're going to go ahead and add our noodles. Give me just a moment to put my guitar up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we are back, and we have sauteed these shrimp for about 5 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and add the angel hair pasta. We're just going to stir this around and kind of fold the sauce into the noodles. And we'll just do that, let that simmer for another about 5 minutes, just to get the noodles, the flavor on the noodles blended in. So for me, when we make this meal, I actually just like the shrimp linguini and garlic toast. So that's what our dinner will consist of tonight. So that's it. We're done. I don't know if you won't be able to see this, but anyway.
There you go.
And it's pretty tasty of a meal. And honestly, once you make this a couple of times, you'll realize it's pretty simple and easy to make, pretty fast. If you love shrimp and pasta and butter and garlic, pretty much you're gonna love this dish. So anyway, thank you guys. If you've liked the video, if you've enjoyed the video and liked the recipe, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, of course, thank you guys so very much for listening, watching. Hopefully, if you've made this, let me know in the description or in the comments down below. And if you've tried something different, let me know what you've tried, because you can add vegetables and different things in there. So, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.